What's going on, guys? It's your boy Hammer back with another supplement review, and today I got another one from Preworkout.com. Remember, check them out. Use code Hammer at discount if you want to get you any of these special pre-workouts they have. And today I have Force of Nature. This is an interesting one. There's kind of a lot to talk about, so let's just get straight into it because I gotta lift, you gotta lift. Let's get down to business. Force of Nature, first thing first, when you're talking about these, illicit pre's or these underground pre's or these, bunker formulas or whatever, a lot of times one of the first things we say is like, don't be ready for a pre-workout to taste good because a lot of these things, you're chugging them down and, they're kind of nasty. I always say, the taste isn't the most important thing, but when it comes to Force of Nature, this bad boy is freaking delicious. The flavor in this is so good. And this one's a lot different because a lot of these, kind of illicit, more pre-workouts, you're looking at a 10-gram serving, a small scoop size. They're very stim heavy, but they don't have kind of the full package. This kind of has the full package. When you look at, like I said, take the ingredient label for what you will. It says 8 grams of citrulline, 3,200 milligrams of beta-alanine, gram of taurine, gram of agmatine, DMAE. It's got alpha GPC at 500. It's got theanine at 350. Now, a lot of people who are familiar with the original Wildfire, that's kind of like one of the trademark things that stuck out on that label. And there's a lot of people who are going to say that this is like the OG Wildfire reborn. Let's talk about that a little bit later. As far as the stims in this, it's got octopamine, it's got caffeine, dendrobium, and then it's got the HA and the AA. If you know, you know. Where to start with this one? So like I said, taste was delicious. I drank the drink down. I cannot say if this hits like the original Wildfire. I had one sample of the original Wildfire from my good buddy, High Stim Ace, and it was a dud for me. But to be fair, I think he said he ran a scoop of that later on, and it didn't really hit the same for him. So maybe it was like out of date. Maybe it had been sitting around too long open. Who knows? But I didn't really get the experience from that. So when people are saying, "Oh, this has got the same goods as the OG Wildfire," I was kind of hesitant about using it because I didn't want something to freaking suck, So I took it. I was feeling a little bit of the energy pickup, but nothing special. And I was driving to the gym. I gave this one a while to hit too because I heard it takes a while to come in. But I was driving to the gym, and then I got the freaking warning that my tire pressure was low, so I had to stop and check my tires and air them up. And I got out of my car, and it was the strangest freaking experience. It was almost like obviously I had my peripheral vision. It wasn't like blurred out or anything, but it was almost like I could not pay attention to it. It was almost like you're a video game, first person where you literally had to move around like this because my focus was just so laser locked on, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, there's something in here." I'm getting the chills just talking about it, brother. And man, that just ramped up in intensity. So by the time I got to the gym, I was so locked in. I was a programmed Terminator ready to freaking go T800 on the weights. And such a freaking good workout. High energy, but nothing over the top. The focus, it was something different, man. And it's interesting because all these pre's, some of the trademark features we talk about is the focus element. And with Game On, there was a very strong focus element. But it was almost like a more high energy, intensity, whereas this felt like something completely different. It was such a mental, strong mental focus, nothing else. It was nothing I've experienced before. Very, very unique. Led to a very good workout. It's the kind of thing where you're so locked in, you feel every fiber contract, and it makes you get a better pump. It makes you get more out of your sets. Every set was just the most important thing in the world. There was no messing around. I had an incredible workout. It lasted through the entire workout. A lot of people said there was a big time crash on the OG Wildfire. I didn't experience a bad crash with this. Definitely there was a come down, but I was able to kind of parlay that energy into coming home, and I have a couple hours till I end up doing my cardio, and I didn't need a nap or anything like that in between. I didn't have a hard crash, but yeah, man, I don't know what more to say about this. If this is why everybody misses Wildfire, now I get it. But Force of Nature, man, like I said, I tried the original Wildfire and it didn't hit for me. So if you're one of those people who didn't get anything out of that and you keep hearing this comparison, so you think you're going to pass, I'd still say give it a chance, man. This has been one of my favorites so far out of the High Stim pre-workout collection. I would say this is right up there with Game On. They're kind of neck and neck, very similar yet very different, because the star of the show with both of those was the Focus. But at the same time, like I said, Game On was kind of like a more high energy, slightly aggressive Focus, where it was just like it was more like an energy driven thing, where this was like so mental and so, like I said, it was like almost like I was like tapping into like a, like I took some kind of smart drug, like in the movie Limitless or something. It literally had that like some kind of superhuman vibe to it. It was different than Game On. And so anyway, yeah, I put those neck and neck. Nitric Bomb was kind of like right under there. But yeah, this is a definite hitter. I freaking love this. And the fact that it hits differently than the other pre's, like it's a unique experience that I'm really going to enjoy coming back to. I wish I felt comfortable taking this more often because it tastes so damn good. But that being said, I feel like this might be one of those experiences that if you try to use this more than once or twice a week, it might not hit quite as well. But that being said, Force of Nature, great freaking pre-workout. It is definitely a force of freaking nature. Flavor was great. Effect was great. Pumps were great. Focus, out of this freaking world. Hands down, one of the best Focus pre's I've used all year. Up there with Game On and Smash. And I think that's all I got to say. So, if you liked the video, please like, share, subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, at Alex Hammerstone. Go to highstimpreworkout.com. You have to make an account, but you don't have to give them credit card information or anything like that. It's just to kind of protect these pre's from maybe the eyes who shouldn't be seeing them. But that being said, code HAMMER gives you a discount. He'll also probably throw in some sweet samples for you. And that's all I got for you. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next pre-workout review.